Okay, a couple more. We'll do Justin McClaudy says, do you have a video on how to adjust mixture? I'm getting super smoky exhaust at all RPM. Cleans up quite a bit in gear at 2200 RPM. Super obnoxious, smoking everyone out at the boat launch. As far as the mixture of an oil goes, it's generally, there's not really a mixture. You can't really adjust it. Most of it is what it is. Like, you know, usually there's a throttle arm that controls the oil mixture, and as you advance the throttle, it puts more oil in there. Unless you have a problem with it, when it breaks, as far as the Yamaha is concerned, it goes to full open. So it's always going to be blasting oil. I would look at that. There is no adjustment as far as, like, you know, generally there's minimal adjustments that can be done because all of that has been set. Like, it's set, you know. You don't want to go messing with your oil mixture screw, or it's not screws, but linkages on any Yamaha, really. So no, if you've got super smoky, one, you're either over oiling, meaning your linkage is probably broke and the thing's stuck open, or you've got a bad spark plug, a bad spark, which generally comes with a rough running condition because you are not burning off the oil, or something else is wrong where it's not completely burning, and that's what's creating all. Well, if you got a lot of smoke, generally you're burning oil. You know, I mean, that's what creates smoke. So I'd be looking at the linkages first. All right, one more we will do from XLX. PD says, excellent video as always. This will be perfect reference for when I do the job on my boat. I'm having an issue where I don't use the boat for a few days. The engine will slowly fall down into the water. It pumps up just fine, but do you think it's just the seals that you've replaced, or is there a check valve in the pump itself that may be allowing fluid back through? Saw your comment last night as I was having the same issue with my motor slowly lowering. I just found the cause of my issue and thought it would share with you. There is a bolt on the side of the trim fluid reservoir that if you loosen, that's the manual release valve, so that fixes. Great to know. Thank you for sharing. I'll give that a try. So there's generally two reasons why a trim unit will leak down. One, that manual release screw on the side of the unit, if you turn that out, it will manual release and it'll trim down. So if there's something wrong with that, then yeah, tightening that, but that is generally not it. You know, I mean, once that screw gets tightened in, like, it's tight, like, it doesn't usually back out. Usually you have trouble backing it out and using it when you want to use it. So 9 times out of 10, that's not going to be the issue. The other percentage of the time is there are check valves in the trim unit, and on the downside, those check valves are not seating all the way, and it is leaking down. So just like we started talking about earlier, where if you hit something, there's those release valves that relieves the pressure and boom, allows the engine to go up. Those same check valves, if they're not seating properly, it'll allow that engine to slowly leak down. Sometimes you can take compressed air, take the fill port cap off and put that there and give it a short blast of compressed air. You have to be careful doing this because now you're pressurizing it. When you take that off, it's going to blast fluid back at you. So, you know, be careful with that and put a rag over it. But usually that blast of air can dislodge or relodge your check valves that are in there that will stop it from doing that. But then at the same time, a lot of those valves are pressure regulated with a spring, and the springs they fail over time. And so over time, they lose their springiness, and therefore that ball valve is not seating properly. So over time, it's just leaking down, and there's not really a fix for it. You know, you can rebuild the units, but if it's an older engine, you can try and rebuild it or just replace it, one or the other. But that's generally what's going on there with an engine that trims down or just falls down without doing anything and just leaving it for a couple days. Hey there, sorry to take you away from the video, but real quick, did you know that on average a boat owner will spend between $1,000 and $5,000 a year just on servicing their engine? And you could actually pocket and save a lot of that money if you would just do the service yourself. It might seem like a daunting task, but I guarantee you virtually everyone can do it with our guidance and the Boaters program. This is just one skill that you could learn inside the program because we have hundreds of other videos teaching you all kinds of boating skills, as well as a weekly live stream where we have questions and answers with me, as well as a chat feature where you can send videos and pictures, ask all kinds of questions, or look for some advice or some guidance on a project that you're doing on your boat. You can join the program by hitting the first link in the description, clicking join, or visiting bornagainboating.com. Now back to the video.